Hey, it's Paul with Rack Attack, and this is the Thule Arcos Hitch Mount Cargo System. This system comprises two components, the carrying cargo box as well as the supportive platform hitch mount. So first, let's take a look at how these two work together and how it makes it possible for one person to load and unload this system on the hitch of the vehicle. Okay, so this is the Arcos Hitch Platform. It is tubular steel construction with a solid steel stinger, and you can see here how the solid steel stinger is surrounded by this aluminum adapter, which allows it to work equally well on both 2-inch and 1.25-inch receiver hitches. Here we have a wedge, and that wedge is activated by this turn knob, so when it's inserted into the receiver hitch, it'll have an anti-wobble feature both horizontally and vertically. So now this is easily managed with one person. You simply take it to the receiver hitch, pull out the auto pin, and then we can insert it into the receiver hitch, and then put that auto pin back against the receiver and then push forward until it engages into the receiver pin hitch hole. Now what we can do is tighten this turn knob, and as we tighten that knob, I'll jiggle the entire rack, and then that way the silver wedge will nest itself into the corner of the receiver, giving the platform a very rigid anti-wobble connection to the receiver. Now I have the key to lock the turn knob. Now with that turn knob locked, the knob will spin freely and won't allow the platform to be removed from your receiver hitch. Now what we can do is we have the actual cargo box. What we'll do is we'll engage the two knobs on the underside of the box into the two slots on the top side of this platform, and that will create a connection at the front of the box. And then we have the two heavy-duty bolts that will bolt it in from the inside of the box. And so this is relatively easy to manage with just one person. There's a handhold on the back side. The only thing left to do to make this roadworthy is to connect the flat 4 wire harness. We'll take the flat 4 wire harness from the Arcos box and insert it into the plug on the vehicle. And now we can test the functionality of the Arcos box light system. First, we'll apply the brakes. Next, we'll activate the left turn signal. Now the right turn signal. Next, hazards. And then finally, we'll turn on the headlights, which will activate the illumination of the brake lights, as well as the illuminated license plate. Now we'll go ahead and close the hatch, and what you'll find is that this hatch will close with no contact with the back of the box, and that's what is common with most vehicle box hatch clearance combinations. Now let's open and close the lid, showing how the lock and the release mechanism are two separate functions. We can squeeze that lever and then lift the lid. The dual force struts will both hold the lid open, but also help to pull the lid down to engage the 3 latch down points into the locked position. And then we'll pull it back down, and it's not until all 3 latches engage that you can actually turn the key back to the locked position and remove the key. The red indicator has gone away. The interior of the Arcos box can be rinsed out and drained. There are 2 plugs on each corner. Just remove the plug and rinse and drain through those holes. One on this opposite side as well. Okay, so now as a point of reference, we have 3 carry-on size pieces of luggage on the inside of the box. That fills in the lower portion of the box, leaving the upper portion still available for additional capacity. So if you're carrying soft gear, that could go on top or stuffed in around in some of the extra spaces. Now, this is a 14 cubic foot capacity box, and it has capacity for up to 110 pounds. And here we have one of the pieces firmly secured into the bottom of the box using the included straps. The strapping method is a double loop over the top of the gear strapped down to the anchor points. Now there's also 2 more anchor points and 2 more straps. Okay, so those are all the key features of the Thule Arcos Cargo Box and the Thule Arcos Hitch Mount Platform. These 2 items are sold separately, but when combined create a great solution for carrying extra gear on the rear of your vehicle. Now, if you have any questions or comments about this product in particular, feel free to leave those in the comments section below. And keep in mind, we have over 40 stores across North America, so see the link in our video description for our store locator. And please consider subscribing to our YouTube channel. We have over 2,000 rack-related videos, and we upload new videos weekly. That's all for this one, and thanks for watching.